So you see the pictures and the sentences. Like this one, as your age changes, so your options. You see the kid that's on the skateboard and the man that's got a briefcase. Those are like the first two steps on the star front page. Look at the picture, think about the sentence. Explain, do you think that's true, or something about that sentence. Somebody told me, Gretchen, I think they used your materials to make this test. Yeah, I'm sure they did. No, they didn't either. It's just part of how we process things. We see text, we extrapolate thoughts, and we then look, how does thoughts relate to me in my life? It's just a natural process, but it's become really useful for getting, look at that, that's almost like one of the storefronts. We can do amazing things if we really try, write about the importance of not giving up. They're all universal themes. So you can have kids do anything you want to with these. They can talk about them, you can have conversation, practice subpathic seminars. You can do visual discussions. You can have them do free write and share. You can have them do read around where everybody writes something and passes it to the next person who reads it and chimes in or disagrees or whatever. You can have that kind of round robin expository discussion on paper that becomes very social and it's a lot of fun. Or you can do more guided writing using these. Let the kids pick a structure they want to use to discuss it. Throw off your wall. And everybody write their own kernel essay or write their own essay. But what we're going to do now is guided writing for 11 minutes. I'm going to ask you to do something for 1 minute, something else for 3 minutes, something else for 3 minutes, something else for 3 minutes, and something else for 1 minute. And that's going to add up to 11. I know we just had lunch. I know it's nap time. But try real hard to put yourself in the kid's position and do this writing. Just see what happens. First, we're going to pick out one of these pictures. Let's colors. No stories. You just ate. Fears? No. No. Clothing? No. Let's use him. We're in a fancy hotel. Let's use this maitre d' guy. Or whatever. He looks like a waiter. A wait staff. A judgmental wait staff.
Like that lady downstairs.
So would you write down that sentence first? Unless you disagree with it. If you disagree with it, change some of the words to make it more true. And for the first 1 minute, and I will time you and stop you. For the first minute, could you just explain, after that period where you wrote the sentence, continue the paragraph, and for the next 1 minute, just explain, what does that sentence mean? What does it mean? You have 1 minute. Your time's up. If you finish that thought, take a breath and indent. Now, you started with that sentence and you explain what it means. Start a new paragraph. And for the next 3 minutes, think about that sentence and think about what book have you ever read where that sentence was true. You can feel free to browse through your book list and your raw materials until you find one that, whoa, that sentence was really true in that story. And you get one, and then name your story and tell how is that true in that story. If you can't think of one, you still get your 100 for today if you just keep looking at the picture and thinking real hard. If you would go ahead and finish up that thought. Take a breath. Look at that sentence again. Now think about the movies that you've seen. Take a look at your list of movies and think about that sentence. Scan down until you can find one movie where that sentence was so true. And you get one, and then name that movie and tell how was that true in that movie. You have 3 minutes. Raise your hand if you wanted to get one of these and you like that one. Check focus on the master. Have just a feeling. Is there samples from the paper? Anybody from the same district? Would you want to do These are also on that shared drive. This is our So, It's on a share drive. It's on a share drive.
Yeah, I'm happy to download it. But thank you.
It's also posted here.
Okay.
I'm going to put this up. You can download it on here. Anybody else waiting for the flash drive? Who's got a computer that will load this for her? Pass it down to her. Thank you. Thank you. Take a breath. Look at the picture again. Think about what that sentence means. And now look at your history list until you can find one moment in history where that was true. And you get one indent. It could be an off your list also. When you think of one indent, name that moment in history and tell how that was true. Yeah, 3 minutes. If you can't think of one, that is okay. You can still get your 100 for a day. Just look at the picture. You have 30 seconds. Rest your hand a second. Take a deep breath. You only have one more thing to do. And as imagine what you've written so far. Can you pretend it's not writing? But instead, And then look at it. Imagine it's a conversation, some people are having. And now the time's up for your conversation, and you're walking off, y'all go different directions. And as you leave that conversation, you're taking with you some unanswerable questions, some nagging questions that this conversation has rumbled up in you. So go and dent. It's called one thing this thing makes you wonder. Probably about that sentence, but it could be about anything that you said. But one thing that makes you wonder. Start off with, this makes me wonder, or I wonder, or any way you want. Yeah, 1 minute. Your time is up. Would you give it a title? Choose where your eyes are moving. You can do something like this. Give somebody from your class, here's the structure. The 11-minute essay starts with a truism, how it's true in a story, how it's true in a movie, how it's true in history, and then something that leaves you wondering. Give a magic pointer to somebody squirrely. Who will be a squirrely person?
But she's reading
You're
it.
reader. You can use a squirrely reader.
I can be a squirrel.
Okay, we'll double dip you. Come on. And when you're reading, I'll be with the squirrel. So you put that pen right here. And when she moves from that spot to the next spot, you move the pen. So you have to listen and know. She's not going to tell you. But when you know it's going to the next thing, you just move it. And you'll all proofread and see she's doing it right.